humans. Welcome to The Dredges. The Dredges is a black and white, 100-page graphic comic about having PTSD while being a queer artist in Portland, Oregon. It's an autobiographical comic focused on transformation, change, and using art and the expression of creativity to cope with the strange things that happen while living with PTSD. Now, when most people think PTSD, they think war, military, veterans, homelessness. I am in a different category. I have chronic PTSD, which means that I'll live with it for the rest of my life. It affects my life in a variety of ways. These ways I explain in the graphic comic, and I'll leave them as a surprise for you for when the book is complete. I have used art as my main coping mechanism to handle having PTSD and to help regulate my mental health. Art has managed to keep me going, to give me outlets to express intense pain, to recalibrate uncomfortable memories, and to just connect to a bigger picture than, ouch, mental illness sucks. I started The Dredges in 2014, right after the successful funding of my first graphic comic, Rich Off My Doodles. The Dredges just flowed out in bits and chunks and whirling eddies of muddy water. At first, I was just doing it for myself, but then in 2016, something changed. I started teaching. I started teaching Thrive Art Therapy workshops out of my house to 8 women, all healers and doctors, around the healing power of creativity. I loved it. I loved doing it. I loved seeing their faces light up when they realized they could do that thing that I do. Now that they could see it was a technique, not a magic artist's power of innate talent and natural-born ability. I taught that series of workshops every week for 6 months. For 6 months, 8 of us showed up for each other. We learned together, laughed, connected, and supported one another. They learned how to draw, how to use free association in their journaling, how to use art to release emotional blocks, how to paint for their own mental health. They were so proud of themselves, and I was proud of them and grateful to both be getting paid to show people how I do what I do, which is heal myself over and over again, using art to lubricate the process. And I was grateful to be learning how to teach others how to use art, to turn traumas into healing, using art to lead the way. The Dredges is about all of that. It's about my own personal struggle with PTSD, about trying to make a living in Portland as a queer artist. It's about being blessed with a wealth of coping skills to combat my chronic pain and my evolving mental health. It's both a narrative and a handbook. It's artwork and a manual. The Dredges say, I heal myself in community. You too can do this. I believe in you. Be compassionate to yourselves. Take hold of your own life, for this life is your one life, and it's your responsibility to live, and you deserve for it to be full, creative, and for living your life to transform you. Life is meant to have an effect on us. I would love to be able to put 200 copies of The Dredges around Portland. I would love to finish this project. Being funded at $7,000 would really make an impact on my life, and hopefully in the lives of whomever comes across The Dredges when it's complete. Thank you for your time, your consideration, and your love of the arts. We need people like you. I'm Finn Graves, and The Dredges is my project.